I need to know, where were you? I need answers from you. Do you want me to add to your issues? Have I been rude to you? Why are you rude to me? Do I call you Petle? Leo? I've never called you anything but Brigadier. But can you say the same? In your heart, you cannot. Do some introspection and find out why these things are happening to you. Okay? You come to my office tomorrow morning at 7:30. I'll see you at 12. Bring your witness with you. And that's general for you.
Thank you, Chair. That's the audio. Captain, could I ask you to please identify the female voice in the audio?
The female is Brigadier Petle.
And the male voice?
Is General Khan.
And when you interviewed General Petle, we know that one of the allegations was that there was assault. Did she tell you what had transpired?
Commissioners, we didn't go into detail of what transpired because I have had listened to the recording and read a statement. So we basically just went over a statement of what transpired, and she confirmed what was in a A1 statement at the time.
And to you, what did she say was the assault?
The general spoke about a pen, and if I look at the J88 and what Brigadier Petle is saying, it's more about the pen because he was doing this, and the J88 also speak about injuries on the chest.
And what's the description of the injuries?
It just shows that there's marks, like if somebody pierces you with a pen, that is the type of injuries it shows on the J88.
On page 17 of the exhibit bundle.
Captain, the J88 is completed by whom?
Independent doctor, Commissioner. I must also state that when I went to fetch the initial docket or original docket, the 422, some of the J88 pages is missing. So I'm following up with the doctor to see if we can get a proper J88.
So if you go to page 17, which is the J88, can you just identify to us how does one see what the injuries were? You're not displaying it though.
If I look at the J88, there's a few pictures of a body there, Commissioners, and you can see where the doctor made circles is where you can, what I see as, that's my version of a pin when somebody poke you with a pin.
I'm looking at page 20.
17.
No, 20, is that not where the doctor is explaining the nature of the injuries, perhaps?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't read that. Do we have something legible? I do see swelling, for example, and then number 3, because there's 1, 2, 3. I also see what looks like 4 multiple something.
Chair, that's all that we have of the docket, yes. And then there is on page 33 a bigger version of it, but it's still the same.
Page?
Page 33, I think it says 1 swelling on the upper part of the middle left forearm. That's at 1. And then it gives a I guess, is the size of it, plus minus 2.2. Can't see what that is. And then the second one, bruise superficial on facial left. And then 4 multiple small bruises on, and I can't read the rest. And then if you go to page 17, which has the markers of the injuries. We can go then back to your statement. So that is what was contained in the docket.
Correct.
Or what the colonel had given you as what she had received from Advocate Andrea Johnson.
That's correct.
Okay. And then if you can just then go to page 4 of your statement.
I'm just sorry. I've just been trying to cross-refer here. I've gone back to page 17 because looking at number 2, which is what? No, number 1. The swelling, no, bruise, number 2, superficial on, is that facial? And left. So I went back to 17 and I'm looking at what appears there. If you look at the top line, 1, 2, there's a circle there. Do you see
on
that?
top of the head, correct, Commissioner?
Yes, and it's on the left-hand side.
That's correct.
If this has not been filled in, would you ordinarily have the circle that we see there?
No.
Or is that circle...
Yeah, that is the doc where the doctor will say this is where injuries. When he examines the patient, that is where he shows.
Then the doctor makes that as an indication. All right, I just wanted to... All right.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mr.
Mr. Dube, before you go to the disclosure, Captain, I'm just trying to understand procedurally what happens. So you have the complaint from the whistleblower, and then you have the statement, and then you have the docket from the 2018 incident. What do you do now? Do you open a separate docket dealing with what the whistleblower told you Advocate Johnson did? What exactly do you do? Is that a new case or you open a new docket?
Correct, Commissioner.
What do you do?
So what we did in this case, with any other case, we don't use the original case docket that is there. We try to preserve that as it is for the court to see what was in that case docket. So what we did in this case, we opened an inquiry into the matter. And in that inquiry, I didn't even wanted to place the statement of the colonel in that inquiry. I just wrote up the investigating diary, although I know I had the original statement. So that is how we proceeded with this.
So you open an inquiry and then it has an inquiry number?
Yes, 8 of 9/2022.
Do you investigate it as a criminal offense? What do you investigate it as?
It's as a normal criminal offense, but it's just an inquiry at that stage until you have all the evidence all the statements, and then open a case docket.
Let me tell you where I'm going with this so that you can understand me. There's a suggestion by a witness before you that once your investigation started, how the content of the whistleblower statement was shared between DPCI and the NPA and Advocate Johnson may in itself have been improper. So what I'm trying to understand is if it's a normal inquiry as opposed to a criminal investigation, is there anything untoward with the statement being shared between various units or institutions?
We don't have an issue because we requested, the reason we gave that copy of the statement to General Labia is to request a prosecutor from the MPA to assist us to guide us in the investigation, and also to get our Section 205s authorized, because otherwise we couldn't get anything done. That's the only reason we did it that way.
Right.
but there's nothing untoward. But where it becomes a
Can you
problem...
please, sorry, I know Advocate Ngube is getting to that. I just needed to understand, is it a criminal investigation or it's an inquiry?
It's a
And the difference between the two, you've clarified.
It's a criminal investigation. The one is, it's just got an inquiry number, and the other will have a case number when the investigation is finalized.
Thank you, Captain. Page 4 of your statement, the investigation. Paragraph 10, you can read there.
In June of 2022, after meeting with the Colonel Roelofse and I met with Mr. Andrew Leesk of AfriForum and Advocate Gerry Nel and Mr. Bateman. As an aside, Advocate Nel and Andrea Johnson worked together at the MPA at some point, and most notably on the prosecution of Oscar Pistorius. I can add there, at that time in 2011, Advocate Johnson also worked with us when we did the General Mgluli matter, the fraud and corruption matter, but later she withdrew from all activities on that investigation. Obviously because her husband is working for crime intelligence. Junaid Johnson.
Okay.
I have read Colonel Roelofse's statement submitted to the Commission and confirmed that my recollection of the meeting is the same as his, as contained in his statement. In particular, I want to highlight that Mr. Barry Bateman told us that Advocate Johnson had requested the information, the Petle criminal complaint, from him. I note that in his statement that I obtained from Mr. Bateman on the 23rd of June 2026, he stated he does not have a recollection of the circumstances that led to him sending the information to Advocate Johnson. However, he can only infer that it was following a discussion and response to a request from Advocate Johnson. This, together with Mr. Bateman's recollection of a reluctance to provide a statement when same was requested in 2022, suggests to me that Mr. Bateman is aware that Advocate Johnson's request to him was not
innocuous. Yeah. Now, can I just ask you, at the time when